J'ai peur.
Non, madame. Ceci, c'est pour votre bien. Nous allons faire un petit trou dans votre tête, madame. Mais ça, c'est pour votre bien. Ça va permettre de libérer ce qu'il y a dans votre tête et de vous rendre plus forte.
This is what back in the days in France, this kind of instrument that used to be used to actually perform what used to be called trepanation, which is basically trepanation, which is basically the art of making a hole in someone's skull in order for the doctor or witch doctor, however you want to choose to call these people, to actually either let out some crazy spirit or for them to deal with what today is referred to as a case of schizophrenia. And while some of us may scoff at these people and say, my goodness, these were a bunch of barbarians, a bunch of savages, how can they open someone's skull in order for them to actually treat something that could actually be treated otherwise? And the funny thing is, while you may be scoffing at them and say these were a bunch of barbarians, my friends, allow me to say that today, even our society also has holes in our thinking that I would like to expose. And one of these holes I like to expose is about our definition of success. All right? So grab yourself some comfort food, grab yourself your notepad, pen or paper, sit back and relax because I'm about to drop something that can help you see yourself in a totally different light and you do not want to miss this. All right? Stay tuned. Welcome to Mountain of Inspiration. My name is Dimitri. This is a place where you can expect to receive your daily dose of motivation and transformation through the eyes of history. Why? Simply because we believe that anything and everything that you and I may be going through right now has been experienced to some degree by someone before us. And if we can take the time to identify, review, and also apply the lesson that left behind for us, then we can just propel ourselves to the next dimension or next level in our own journey as far as wealth is concerned. All right, without a further ado, let's get right into it. In 1756, a young man was actually born to a family of musicians by the name of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Mozart has an older sister who by the time 1760 came was already actually practicing to actually learn how to be also a pianist because his father was also an accomplished musician and composer, was actually teaching his sister how to play piano. By age 4, he said to his dad, "No, Dad, I would like also to learn to play piano. Please give me a chance to learn to also play piano." And by the time they actually gave him a chance to actually start learning piano, the young man came to be identified as a virtuoso who by the age 6 or 7 started already composing his own music. And by the age 7, he started traveling with his dad and sister to different places across Europe to actually showcase his ability to play music at the highest and most amazing level. Because not only could play existing piece of music, but he could also improvise and make beautiful melodies in the courts of kings, in the courts of all these amazing people, and people were completely enchanted and say, "My goodness, what amazing family is this?" And of course, in compensation, guess what? They used to be handsomely compensated for what they were doing. So they were living a very comfortable life as one can actually think. So that was around 17 in the 1760, 1770. By the time 1777 came, Mozart, he reached to age 21, his father said, "You know what? You are no longer a young boy for us to actually be traveling around the world to actually showcase your ability to play music. You have to find a more permanent gig that can allow for you to actually make a sustainable living so we can also help us as a family to continue to enjoy this very comfortable life that we're living in Salzburg in Austria." So they decided that yes, Wolfgang Mozart was going to travel all the way to Paris with his mom to actually see if he could audition or get for a job interview for a position that was open in Paris, France. So they go to France. Mozart said, "You know what, the job is good money, good everything, but for some reason I don't feel it." So they decided to come back to France, to Austria. On the way back to Austria, guess what? Unfortunately, his mom fell sick and his mom basically succumbed to the sickness, and by the time they reached Austria, the mom was dead. And of course, that was devastating. He says, your plan was to actually take yourself to Paris, accept the job, make a very comfortable living, and start sending us some kind of money so we can continue to sustain ourselves. Why did you turn the job down? And why did you decide to travel back and knowing that your mom was not feeling well and your mom basically passed away during this time? So from 1777 until 1781, because of the pressure, the mounting pressure was actually put on him. Mozart accepted to actually stay in Salzburg and to take a position as an organist within some church in Austria. And of course, the job was actually too stifling for him as far as his creativity was concerned, because he kept telling his dad, you know what, Dad, we're making money as far as my job is concerned. I accept it. We used to make money when I used to travel around Europe to actually play for all these monarchs. I accept it. I used to be able to actually provide for this family. But as far as my creativity is concerned, I can sense that I'm actually created to actually make better music than this. Dad said, no, I'm a composer. I started making music way before you. And I can tell you, you have to play to it. You have to play the tune that the audience is looking for. Play them what they're looking for, and we're going to be fine. Forget all your creativity. Forget all your genius ideas. Focus on what I'm telling you. And the son said, no, Dad, I think that you're wrong. And guess what? It was a clash of egos, and slowly but surely it came to a point where one had to actually prevail over the other one. So eventually, between 1781 and between 1777 and 1781, Mozart said to himself, you know what, Dad, I think that you're wrong. So one day, when Mozart decided to, was traveling with the local bishop to Vienna, which was the capital of Austria. When they get there, Mozart looked at how the bishop was treating him basically as a nobody. Yes, they were paying good money, and the man was actually able to actually sustain the family back in Salzburg. And he said to himself, you know what, no, I'm not going back to Salzburg. I'm staying in Vienna. I'm going to actually find a way to stay here and focus on my music and focus on actually making known what I'm actually sensing deep inside as far as my creativity is concerned. The bishop thought that the young man was actually bluffing. The young man was crazy. But guess what? Mozart stood his ground and stayed in Vienna. And by the time the bishop returned to Salzburg and actually shared the news with the dad of course was absolutely fuming, was furious. He said to himself, this young boy is ungrateful. Everything that he is, it's thanks to me. I'm the one who told him to play music. I'm the one who invested so much money in his career, so much of my talent. I poured my soul into this young man for him to become the man that he is today. How dare he actually turn his back on me, and after actually losing his mom on his way back from Paris, and this young man has the audacity now to turn his back on a well-paying job that's allowing for us to actually live a comfortable life. I curse you. Young man, you're not going to go anywhere. You are no longer going to be my son. I disown you. Mozart said, yes, Dad, I can see that you'd want to disown me. It's okay. But because I can hear that my job is much bigger than just playing organ for all this pastor, for all this mem, I'm here to actually create music at the highest level. I'm going to focus on my dream. I'm going to forget about the money. Money is great. Stability is great, but I believe that there's much more to money to life than just money. Let me just focus on actually putting together the kind of music I believe the next generation is looking for. 1781 until 1791, the young man worked at a very furious pace, putting together music after music, music after music that basically stand today as a library of, I would call genius, because basically what he left behind was basically a body of work that continued to speak to us up until now in 2021, and I'm sure in 21, people will still talking about Wolfgang Mozart. But guess what? 1791, the young man went to sleep and basically passed away with a heart attack. And unfortunately, it is what it is. And when he passed away, despite all his network, despite all the people of wealth and means that he knew, the young man had to be buried as a poor man because the family, his wife, his widow, was actually broke, and they had absolutely no asset, no money to give him the proper burial that a man of his stature would have actually received if he had stayed with his dad and all the men of means that he was actually accustomed to seeing. Why am I telling you the story? Because if you look at the life of Mozart and how he died almost penniless, broke, basically without any money, when you look at the body of work he left behind, one can actually argue that, you know what, he may have actually died broke, he may have actually died without any type of huge portfolio of investment, but his wealth, the wealth that he left behind, is such that basically it overpowered anything that money would have actually left for the generation that we represent. Because basically, the man came to show us that, you know what, there are two sides of success. Success can be defined as money, but success can be also defined as intangibles. But so if you're going to be focused only on money, you're going to miss on the big picture. You have to find a way to actually have a more holistic approach to when it comes to the definition of success. Success can be solely about money. You have to look at the intangible contribution that one can make to mankind, one can make to the generation around them and the generation to come. And you can also look at money as the ability to actually improve the quality of life as far as one is concerned. So both of them are absolutely and equally valuable as far as life is concerned, as far as success is concerned. So again, two opposites, intangible and tangible. Money absolutely is. But lack of money does not mean lack of success. Lack of money, as far as there is contribution that you're making towards mankind, you're just as successful as the people around you will be making tons of money. So why am I telling you this? Because I started this demonstration by telling you that yes, back in the days, people used to do trepanation, which is basically performing holes in people's skulls in order for them to actually try to deal with all kind of different elements. And I said to you that yes, we look at them, we scoff, we say, yeah, this word, the dark ages. But guess what? In 2021, we have come up with such a crazy theory, a crazy concept, the concept of 1%, that 99% of the people in the world are basically in the dark ages, and only 1% is basically living in the advanced stages of life, because this 1% has 10 million or more money in terms of asset. And these people are basically seen as the upper class, as the upper echelon, as la creme de la creme. But my goodness, let me tell you something. If you look at the life of Moses, in just this one basic example, you can see that there are holes in this definition or concept of success. That 1%, as long as you make 10 million plus, you are part of the 1%. If you make less than that, you're part of 99%, you're part of the bottom class. You can see there are holes in that. Because as far as definition of success is concerned, it basically, as what I've just put it together, it's the ability to actually make contribution to the advancement and of mankind. It can be in terms of creating jobs or making money for yourself and for the community, or giving ideas that can help actually society go from one dimension to the next dimension. And that's exactly what Moses did. And why that is matter for you? Because as far as you are concerned, you have to understand the following. As far as you are working on something, today to actually improve the quality of your life, as far as you're working on something that can actually help improve the quality of life for the people around you, guess what? You are already successful. You don't have to wait to actually see money start actually piling up in your bank account to see yourself successful. You don't need to actually wait to actually become one of the millionaires or billionaires of this generation in order for you to be seen as successful. Because as far as you are concerned, if you are working on something that can actually improve the quality of life for yourself, for your family and your community, guess what? You are already successful. You have the right to celebrate yourself, square your shoulders, and actually hold your head up, because you know what? You have actually achieved what most people are achieving, who are basically living in a vegetative stage and not actually contributing anything as far as mankind is concerned. So again, congratulations to you, because I know that most of you, you're already working on something as far as your life is concerned, and I want to congratulate you because you are already successful, and you should start celebrating yourself now. You should start celebrating yourself today. You don't have to wait until you reach $1 million mark, a millionaire mark, or this billionaire mark in order for you to actually see yourself as successful. All right? I'm going to stop here for now, but before I go, 3 things I'm going to kindly ask you to do. Number 1, please make sure you like this video. Number 2, please leave us a comment just saying where you are from, just where you're watching from, or how this video impacted you. And number 3, please make sure you share this video with as many people as possible, because you know what? We are here to actually help you revolutionize how you think and change how you actually perceive yourself and society around you, because you know what? It is never too late to actually reconsider, because you know what? Most of you are successful, but because you bought into this false idea of success, which basically means 1%, 10 million and plus, that you basically are failing to actually celebrate the amazing person that you are, celebrate all the amazing music you're putting together for the world, and you need to be celebrated as far as you are concerned. All right? Thanks again for watching. Looking forward to sharing more with you in the days to come. Until then, take good care, and remember, Mozart, when he actually went to Paris, he saw another Austrian by the name of Marie-Antoinette, who was also from an Austrian. But he said to himself, yes, Marie-Antoinette is the queen of France. She's married to Louis XVI and having a good life. I can stay in France, I can stay in Paris and also have a good life. But he said to himself, no, if I stay in Paris, I can settle in the right environment for me. But guess what? He was so right, because in 1777, no one could see coming that there was a revolution coming to France in 1789 that would basically change the status, the status of the world, and basically end up claiming the life of Marie Antoinette. He couldn't basically say to himself, yeah, I'm going to stay in France, but he made the right decision, because had he stayed in France, chances are we would not have seen the music and he left behind, because he would have more than likely been claimed during the revolution in 1789 in France. All right, thanks again for watching. I'm going to stop here. Have yourself a fantastic day. Remember, you are successful if you're working on something. Celebrate yourself, celebrate yourself, celebrate yourself. The best is yet to come as far as you and I are concerned. Take care.